which are proving their complete incapability. The entire New York judicial system, from Manhattan up through its Court of Appeals, through up its Supreme Court, which is called the New York Court of Appeals in New York. The appeals division is called the appellate division of the local court. All show complete incapacity to protect basic constitutional liberties, even when it concerns the leading candidate for the presidency of the United States and the former president of the United States. And it shows why the Supreme Court needs to make an aggressive decision on immunity, presidential immunity. And it shows we've got systemic issues that need institutional remedy and reform. And one of the best ways to do so is for there to be federal legislation, as well as in places where it's available, state legislation, where it's politically available, to hold judges accountable. We need to take away judicial immunity. When judges violate constitutional rights, judges should be personally liable for doing so. That is going to be the only way to deter and discourage this rogue judicial behavior. It's important to remember the Civil Rights Act. One of the things I'll be litigating in Pennsylvania on multiple fronts. The illegally imprisoned farmers will be one such case. The woman they're trying to lock up because she recorded her own proceeding to document corruption in the judiciary will be another such case. And potential challenges for some other courts and other cases may be forthcoming. But it reflects and reveals the necessity of such reform and remedy. The Court of Appeals of New York, for those that don't know today, the highest court in New York, said that there was no substantial constitutional issues present in Trump's gag order. And that's just a patent lie. That's the highest court of New York, the equivalent of the Supreme Court of New York, lying to the people of New York and America about the nature of the legal issues in the Trump gag order. And a gag order, why are they not taking it? Right? Because if the gag order is so clearly constitutional, they would be eager to take it, to affirm it, to approve it, to give it its own imprimatur of authority. They know it's unconstitutional. That's precisely why they're not taking it. And then lying to everyone, there's no constitutional question in a gag order of the leading candidate for the presidency? What? What a bunch of fakes, phonies, and frauds. Disgrace to the bench. More and more of the professional managerial class is showing the world how they cannot be trusted with power. And the pinnacle of the professional managerial class is the American judicial system and its judges and jurists. They are showing why we gave too much power to the judicial branch to begin with. And we need to start taking it away. And part of taking it away is to remove immunity when judges act badly. Let's remember who gave the judges immunity. Didn't come from a legislative action. It came from the judges themselves. So they need to be stripped of it. Impeachment power needs to be more consistently utilized where available. Criminal investigations and civil actions by the Justice Department for civil rights violations need to be utilized as well. But we just need to change the law so that when a judge violates somebody's constitutional rights, they have the right to sue them, and that judge should have to pay out of their own pocket for the harm they caused. That will discourage and deter them from doing so in the future. But I think what the New York courts are blind to is they are educating the Supreme Court of the United States that they cannot be trusted to do anything right when it comes to Trump. Just like the D.C. courts have made clear, they cannot be trusted. Forcing the Supreme Court to do what I think is the constitutionally correct decision anyway, But justices like Kavanaugh and Roberts, that's never been their principal motivation. Their principal motivation is the perception of the integrity, independence, impartiality, and intelligence of the American judicial system. And they're starting to realize it will be exposed as the complete fake, phony fraud it really is by a bunch of political actors who will breach the Constitution, their own oaths, anytime they get the political chance to do so, and unless they grant broad immunity to President Trump under Article 2 in the impeachment clause. That's what I think they don't recognize, the errors of their ways. But we'll see.